We now return to the Transformers.
I just finished the new Transformers movie. Without getting too spoiler heavy, this movie was a spiritual and physical slap in the face to everything that I knew and loved. However, it was also a completely original product that I had a lot of fun watching, actually. Before I started this review, I sent a big long message and I explained to Nico, I was like, I'm not gonna get caught up in the lore because that's where reviews go bad and people click off because nobody cares about the Transformers lore. That's not why you go to a Transformers movie. Dude, my point was made. They took any semblance of Transformers movies that you may know and find familiar and flipped it on its head. This review is literally going to be me ranting about what I liked and I didn't like. And there's a lot on both sides of the table. You know, I'm not gonna pretend that I was there from the beginning watching all the cartoons at my birth, because that's not true. I saw Shia LaBeouf in 2007 and fell in love just like everybody else. Transformers is a perfect example of a property that has been rebirthed so many times it is no longer recognizable as its original self. I feel like after watching this movie, a lot of people will need to remind themselves that Unicron and the rest of the gang were originally just Japanese toys. They were toys that were in Japan that came over here and we made a cartoon out of them. What you see now is so far from that, it is kind of incredible. Rise of the Beast Machines movie. So Pete Davidson as Mirage, he kills it. He kills it. Pete Davidson was basically the spine of this movie. And the way that they were able to do that and focus on the Transformers instead of the humans was they kept their ratios of humans down. The human ratio in this was perfect. Usually with your monster movies, you end up with too many human characters and it takes away from the monster themselves. It looks pretty sick, I can't lie. Some of the visuals in this were just incredible. They were absolutely so good. The plot isn't that outlandish. It's things that we've all seen before. You can see here, I do happen to have the live action Transformers movies. And this movie was very, 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 very reminiscent of the dinosaur one that came out. Very, very, very similar fashion to how literally every single live action Transformers movie goes. The Decepticons start wreaking havoc. You figure out they're looking for an artifact. They steal the artifact and build a space bridge. In this case, what the space bridge does is it transfers big things from one point in the universe to another. In this case, they build a space bridge using two shards, and when those shards come together, they build this massive obelisk that opens a space bridge. The space bridge is what allows Unicron to come to Earth and try to absorb Earth. Unicron is almost executed perfect. Almost executed perfect. Unicron by himself could have been so much more, but judging off of what happens in the end, they may be setting him up to be some type of Thanos villain. There were some Transformers that I wanted more out of, like Cheetor. You don't get more than I think it's 2 sentences out of him. And the big kicker at the end of this, and if you want to click off now before I get to the ending, that's totally fine. I'll give you my review score now. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. Because this movie was a train wreck and a Frankenstein of a movie. Maybe we should do this. Maybe we should do that. Maybe we should do this. Maybe we should do that. And so the movie, over the course of all this, becomes this amalgamation of ideas from people who themselves are, in their own right, Frankenstein creatures. Warning. I am about to spoil a major part of the movie. For those that do not know, this movie was not really a Transformers movie. This movie was something far darker and sinister. It was hiding the biggest secret that I could have never saw coming. In all of my years of Transformers fandom, I could have never seen this plot twist. It's a G.I. Joe movie. It's a G.I. Joe movie. The whole movie happens, you get to the end, and the main character gets a job at G.I. Joe. The plot twist of it being a G.I. Joe movie shocked me so greatly that I could not move. The theater that I saw it in, when he flipped over the business card and it was a G.I. Joe card, the theater that I was in erupted. The person next to me cried while clapping. He was going. I don't think I'll ever see any cinematic moment like that ever again. It was the biggest bamboozle I've ever seen. The whole entire movie was just a marketing pitch to make G.I. Joe movies. They sold me a Transformers movie that was really an ad for G.I. Joe. And for that, I feel disgusted. But damn, they did it so good. 4 out of 5.
Hey guys, this is Joey from Some Like It calling you on the Transformers box set for the outro of the video. Please make sure to like and subscribe. Subscribe to Some Like It on Instagram, on YouTube, and on TikTok. Please, we put out great stuff. If you want more of this, just let me know.